Kevin, relax. The trash is gonna get taken care of. I gotta set up something else. Oh, okay. Who's the new company? Hell. What? I'm just stoked we were able to get the same day. 'Cause adapting to a new schedule is a nightmare. Hold on. You said hell. Yep. Like the hell? The very same. You're f***ing with me. No, not at all. So you're gonna send all our trash straight down to hell, huh? Why not? It's free.
Oh yeah, true.
Plus, it's better for the environment. It's pollution-free on this dimensional plane.
Dimensional plane, right.
Actually, pickup should be any minute now.
Oh, okay. That's great.
Ah! Oh, perfect. Anything else you want to toss?
Frank, get rid of it!
You haven't told me what to get rid of yet.
The portal! Get it the hell out of here!
I see what you did there.
Frank!
All right.
Frank! God you, Frank!
So that's where Mick ended up.
Is that why the rent's so cheap here?
So in addition to DaVinci Resolve tutorials, I also do Blender tutorials. And today I'm going to teach you how to make money with Blender as a beginner. Money just like...
Well, hello. Happy Monday, everybody. We made it through the first and worst day of the week. Hope everyone's doing okay. Hope everyone's doing well. Hope everyone's having a nice and easy breezy week so far. Whew. Well, hope everybody had a good weekend. I know we're all sad because the weekend is over. And an over weekend is a bad weekend. Not really. But it is what it is. Oh, damn. My cat decides now to start screaming at my wife's taking a shower. Ah, stupid cats. All right. So how's everyone out there doing? Is anybody out there? Is anyone around? Willie Brewer on YouTube. Sup, bro? How you doing? I'm doing good, man. How you doing? Welcome on in. How's your Monday going? Going okay? I'm trying to get the optimal placement of my mic. Matthias, hola. Welcome on in. How are you? Hope everyone's staying hydrated. Hope everyone's keeping cool, especially if you're from a warm state, warm country, warm nation even, because it is hot where I am. People sweating and dropping like flies from the heat exhaustion. It's crazy. So, in case it wasn't clear in the title, we're going to be making some 3D assets in Blender today. Well, it's actually going to be like a whole composition of different programs being used. But when you're making 3D assets, there's not just one program that does it all. Like you have to find like a conglomeration of different programs that work with each other in order to make the best possible assets. And I'm slowly starting to piece together the best little suite of programs to do that. So to start off, am I recording? I am recording. Good. Okay. So to start off our jamboree, I'm gonna close some windows and pull up another window. My first asset I made, first parody asset I made was a cereal box. It was a parody of a cereal we all know and love. Pull this up really quick. I think this is the image. Yeah, let me get a bigger image before I pull it up to show you all. But I'm trying to find the exact same image that I used as my reference. Well, that didn't frickin' help. Okay, let me just open the image in a new tab and that'll work. Cole Carmine, welcome on in. How are you? Yo, what is up? Anyways, Cheerios. We all know Cheerios. We know. We love them. 47G57. Welcome on in, Henry. How are you? But yeah, so we all know Cheerios. You may love them. You may hate them. It's all good in the hood. But I made a parody of said breakfast cereal. I'll pull it up now. And here we go. We've got Baldos. For those who are follically challenged. Right here. Whoa, that's odd. Oh, that's the camera. I'm going to go ahead and hide that. And this is like a full-on 3D model. I made all the textures, did it all myself. It was pretty wild experience. We got the nutrition facts here. You got some user feedback or some eater feedback from let me play it back. We got some testimonials, customer testimonials from Jonathan III, Buford Bagel, and Brock, who is a totally 100% real reviewer. We're 90 days lawsuit free, by the way. Lawsuit 3. Been a lot more lawsuits than that, if I hate to admit. But yeah, just like made this texture on its own and tried to use the highest quality like screenshots and assets and stuff. Okay, and I'm gonna be honest. This handsome guy right here. Obviously, it's a me, but I had to pass it through an AI upscaler, which is why it looks all kind of weird. Because there was some weird artifacting in the image that I took, and oh yeah, my favorite part. You can't really tell when you're zoomed out, but when you zoom in, it's all pixelated. But they're just basically my heads. Those are all my scalp, all of them, all the Baldos. My favorite little addition is adding like what's to say, little Easter eggs, like parody Easter egg type information, like in here. Like here, let me flip back to the, like on the Cheerios right here. It's not gonna let me, yeah, I don't have much scrolling power here, but we've got the 140 calories, 0.5 grams of saturated fat, the 190 milligrams of sodium, then 1 gram of added sugar. Well, for Baldos, we've got 4,000 calories. We've got 15 grams of saturated fat per serving, 700 milligrams of sodium, and 105 grams of added fat. Part of a balanced breakfast. But yeah, don't bother seeing nutrition facts. This stuff is bad for you. No te molestes en ver. I can't. Yeah, I can't even. But yeah, like it's all pretty legit looking. The General Mills logo, because that's the big cereal brand that makes or owns Cheerios. Had to turn it into General Shills, of course. It is not a good source of testosterone. It is not a good source of sex appeal, and there's only 7 workplace incidents. General Shills, don't call us. We don't care. Yeah, that's basically how it goes. It's a completely fade food made at the expense of the follically impaired. Follically is not a word, but I made it one. So, but yeah. Yeah, pretty great. I think my favorite little addition is on the nutrition label here, we got, listen, we all know for a fact nobody reads this shit. Unless you've got some crazy ass allergies, chances are you aren't interested in anything below the almighty calorie count. Hi, Liam. Stay away from the milk buns, buddy. That's I don't think anybody's in here who watches mainly reviews with me. But yeah, that was a call to another streamer buddy who has some pretty serious allergies. I'm running out of stuff to stay here, so here's the first script page of No Country for Old Men, and I literally just posted the whole first page of the script right here. Yeah, and then fake barcode at the bottom, and a real QR code. Real QR code that if you scan it leads to my Instagram. Pretty cool. We're gonna keep on doing that though. And I've already actually kind of gotten started. So okay, I got the animation keyframes off. Okay, so that's good. So I took a copy of the Baldos and I moved it off to the side, kind of just as like a garbage template. And I am going to hide. Wait, I can't believe I didn't rename that. Baldos. There. Okay. And I will bink, bink, bink. I'm going to turn off Baldos. And I'm going to not look at it. I don't want to look at it. It makes me sick. But I figure the way that I will, if anybody's interested in this kind of stuff, kind of just take you through my process. Oh, and also put my last creation down here. I should have probably actually, let me see if I can make it a little bit, like have a background. I don't know if OBS can do that actually. Background color. Yeah. Yeah. That's pretty good. I think. Is that showing up? Yeah. Yeah, I guess it's showing up a little bit. Not here. I need to give it a little bit more space. And we'll do this. There. Cool. Save. Nice. So you can see right down there I got my last creation. Boom shakalaka, boom clap, the sound of my heart. Beat goes on and on and on and on and on. I'm gonna resize so I can see my activity feed. All right, cool. So, my first order of business is when you're working with assets, Blender Guru goes over this. Corridor, Clint, Punisher goes over this. Anytime you're working with creating assets, you want to try and keep it as close to real world proportions as you can, because if you ever have to put it in an environment with a virtual camera, and I don't know, any camera people out there will know what I'm talking about, but like camera settings like f-stop, focal range, bokeh settings, all that stuff, it will be completely just thrown out of whack if the stuff you're filming is not real world proportions. So basically, first order of business, and I'm going to try and keep this as organized as I can, but we'll see how it goes. We'll just go back to all, and we will ask, serial box dimensions. Okay, so standard serial box is about 12 inches. It's a 12 high, 8 long, and then 1.75 wide. Seems legit. Okay, so what we'll do is we will add a mesh, and we already that is bonkers. I must have scaled this up. Let me see something. No, that's legit. I don't want to do that. Okay. Anyways, so green is Y, red is X. You can't see the Z because it's invisible, but it's usually denoted by a blue line. And the Z axis is the vertical. So we got 12 inches, and this is a little fun fact that people don't some people don't know about Blender is that you can just type in the measurements and the units straight into Blender and it'll auto calculate them. So it's calculating feet right now because I have it set to imperial. But I just go 12 and I just add an inch marker like that, and it automatically resizes to 12 inches. And we got a light, point light right there. All right. And so now the depth, I think the depth was 1.75 inches. So that would be Y. Oh, hold on. I have to make sure I'm on the right thing. So 1.75 inch mark, enter. There it goes. And then I think it said this was 8 inches. So 8 inch. Boom. Just like that. And with that, we have cereal box dimensions. Now it's that cool, man. Welcome on in TikTok. I'm new to Blender. Can you teach me how to change or put new shapes in the project already? Just to add new shapes or okay, so hey, welcome in Nicholson on Twitch. In a lot of cases, it's probably fine just to make the object too big and then scale it down when you're done. No, see, in theory, yes, but the problem is when you get to modeling and doing stuff, like especially when you get to more complex models, it's always better just to start off with the real world proportions, so that way you don't have to so you won't run into any problems like geometry, like moving and shifting and stuff like that. It's always best just to cut straight to the chase and just do stick with real world proportions to start off with. Just you can do it the way that you're suggesting, but I've always found it easier just to start off at the close to the size as possible. Kind of like when you're modeling something, you want to get it as close to the original shape as possible. So if you're like modeling, I don't know, like a Christmas tree, you want to start off with a cone. Or if you want to model like a log cabin, to start the logs, you're just going to start with a cylinder, basically. Okay, so that cool man on TikTok to add new shapes. You know what? Let me turn on screencast keys, actually. Do I have that? Let me, doom. I forgot how to turn on screencast keys. View. Let me Google this really quick. Oh. Just drag and drop it into Blender. Okay. So I will move this over here. Whoops. And I will open Blender. Shooby-dooby-doo. Please turn on, okay, allow online access. Yeah. Oh, doxed. Allow online access. Boom. Okay. Boom. Shoop. Shooby-dooba. Checking extension update. Whatever. Okay, so I'll just tell you then. So basically, just to add in new geometry, all you have to do is press Shift A. Shift A. And then this little menu will pop up right here. And you can add mesh, so like plane, cube, circle, which is flat, UV sphere, which is 3-dimensional. Hey, thank you for the follow, that cool man. I appreciate that. Icosphere, cylinder, cone, torus, you got all that stuff right here. And yeah, so just Shift A, that's how you open that menu. And then, yeah, it's an add-on you can put on your OBS recording. It's actually, and it's for Blender, believe it or not. So that's so weird that I couldn't get that to work though. .4.4.3. Oh, you know what? It's like a whole thing now with Blender 4. Okay, you know what? I'm not gonna worry about it. So if you have any questions on like how to do something, just let me know, and I'll and if I spot it, I will tell you the keys. Okay, so what I like to do is I'm gonna go into wireframe mode, select everything in edit mode, GZ, hold control to snap so that you're not just free moving. Oh, and so I can push G to move, but I'll push Z to constrain it to, whoop, I don't know what happened there. Constrain it to the Z axis, and bink, 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 bink. That's by pushing control so it snaps to the grid, and I'm going to move it up so that it's flat with the X axis right here. And so that way, this little orange point right here is called the origin. That's where stuff happens from. So like, since the origin's at the bottom, if I wanted to scale, push S, it would scale from that point and not from the center because the origin is at the bottom now. Okay, so now we got our origin where we want it. First thing I'm going to do is I'm in X-ray mode still. Whoops. Stop. My fat fingering all over the place is crazy. Okay, so X, and I'm going to delete this face right here. So now that the cereal box is open. We want an open cereal box because we want to get to our cereal, don't we? I mean, if I went to open some cereal boxes and it wasn't opening, I would be pissed. I'm going to turn off the denoiser just because it runs faster. Okay, so next we're going to do the flaps. So I'm going to go bink, bink, bink. So I've selected these two edges here. I'm going to push E to extrude. I'm going to push Z to extrude on the X axis or the Z axis only. And I'm going to bring it up right about there. Oh. And there. We got our little flaps for our cereal box right there. So, the thing about cereal boxes is it's got that tab. That's got a tab on one and it's got like a little groove on the other one so that you can tuck the cereal box or the cereal tab into it. So we got to model that. So I'm going to go here. And we need to add some more geometry so we can do that. So I will push Control R, and you see this little line here. That little yellow line is how you know. I will get to your question in just a second. That cool, man. But yeah, push Control R. You see this little yellow line. That's how you can see that you're adding a cut or you're adding another edge loop. That's what it is, edge loop. Scroll wheel up 1 to give it 2, and then click, and I just push right click to just leave it where it is so it doesn't shift anywhere. So that's like centered basically. But now it's a little bit far apart, so I'm going to push S to scale, and then I'm going to push X to constrain it to the X axis, and you can see it down there at the bottom with the red line. I'm going to bring it ever so slightly in like that. So now I'm going to grab this edge here, and I am going to pull it up, but that doesn't look right. It's taking the whole thing with it. So that means we have to add some more geometry. Okay, how can you add an image to shape or a model in Blender? So that actually is in the shading menu, and we're going to get to that. So to add more geometry to this model so I can do the flap, I'm going to go into edge select mode, hold Alt, and click so that it selects the whole edge loop. It goes all the way down and around so that it gets the whole edge loop. Shift Alt click on the other one so it's got both of them. And I'm going to push Control B to bevel. And that will give me another line. I don't need too much. Like that should be pretty good right there. And then I can grab this little edge right here, GZ up like that. We got our flap. And then I'm going to grab this other one, GZ. We're going to go downwards. Try and make it kind of similar and and like kind of differs in depth and whatever. But, if it's not perfect, it's okay. We can fix it. Okay, so box looks good so far. But problem is it's a plane, so it's infinitely thin, and that doesn't look right. Nothing in existence is perfectly thin like a plane. Like even a sheet of paper has depth. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over here. I don't know if you can see this. Yeah, you can. Okay. Go right here, and we are going to add a modifier. Okay, so Blender's having a Blender moment. Give me a second. Okay. So add a modifier, and then you can type in no, I'm sorry, not bevel. We're going to SOL, add a solidify modifier. And here's something I forgot to show you. It's always a good idea to get in the habit of whenever you make changes to a mesh, like you cut, add new faces, resize it, whatever, change dimensions, click on it in object mode, press Control A, and then apply the scale. Always try to do that because stuff gets funky if the new scale is not applied. Because you can see here that the solidify modifier adapted to the new scale, and that's not what we wanted. It just get in the habit of Control A and applying scale whenever you make changes to a mesh. It's a good habit to get into. Okay, so this thickness isn't what I want, so I'm gonna make it a little bit less thick. So keep in mind we're just like really zoomed in. And also another thing is, that's another thing. You can see that it's looking kind of funky here. You just come over here and you click even thickness, and it'll level all that out. Apply scale is a real noob. Trap still messes me up. Yeah, sometimes I still forget sometimes too. And I'll be like, did I apply scale? And I'll go check, and sure enough, I didn't. It still looks kind of weird. Is that just a weird shading thing, or? It's probably just a weird shading thing. Let me go into solid mode and see. It is. It's just a weird shading thing. Okay. No worries. Okay. I'm going to stick in material preview mode, I think. Okay. So, so this is what our mesh looks like. It doesn't have any textures. It's just plain white. And what I'm going to do, I'm not going to fold the flaps down just yet, but we've got it modeled. We've got our thickness. So what we want to do is we're going to UV unwrap this image. And I don't know if anybody has any experience with UV unwrapping, but basically applying a texture to a three-dimensional or applying a two-dimensional texture, which is just a picture, to a three-dimensional object, basically, as it stands, cannot be done unless you basically transform, for lack of a better idiom, I guess you could say, unless you transform that 3D object into a flat object, which is what UV unwrapping is. So the best way to think about it is like an Amazon box. You get an Amazon box, and you need to go, take it to the trash when you got your stuff. What you have to do, usually, unless you don't care about saving space, is you have to flatten it. You cut the tape, and then you fold the box flat. It's kind of like that. You're making incisions, or you're marking areas where you would have an imaginary cut, and when those marks are UV unwrapped, it's basically transforming the 3D object into a flat surface so that you can apply the texture to the flat surface. So, how do we do this? We're going to go into edit mode. And so if I wanted this to be flat, if I wanted this to be perfectly flat, I would make a cut right here, right here, right here, and right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into edge select mode by pushing 2 on my keyboard. I'm going to hit that, select this edge right here. Maybe it's easier to see in solid mode. I'm going to select this edge here, push Control E. I'm going to mark seam. And when you see this red line here, that's how you know that's a seam. So I'm going to do that to this one. And I'm going to shift click. So I got all of them selected. Control E. Mark seam. Not mark sharp, mark seam. Okay. So here's what we've got. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to press A. Well, actually, you know what? Here's what I'll do. I'm going to go into the UV editing workspace. So I just clicked up here into UV editing. This is, wow, way zoomed out. Okay, so here's my object. I'm going to push A. As it stands, this is what the UVs of our box look like. And that doesn't really look right, does it? It looks like, you know, a box would be quadrilateral, but there's only like 3 sections. That ain't right. So all we have to do is we have everything selected. We push U on our keyboard, and then we go unwrap to, and I think it's conformal. I think conformal is the conventional one. Sure. Yep. See. Okay. And then you've got your UV your UVs are unwrapped basically, and I don't know what UV stands for, but basically like if someone wants to Google that, that'd be cool. But basically the box is now cut on these seams here, and it has been laid flat. So now we can add a texture to it. So, that cool, man. I hope I didn't lose you, but I'm going to show you how you can add an image now. So to do that, I'm going to go into Material Preview. I'm going to enter the Shading workspace. So in the Shading workspace here, this is the viewport, obviously. We don't need this. This is like a, what is that, a file browser? Editor type. Okay. I'm going to join left. We're going to get rid of that. V mapping is the 3D modeling process of projecting a 3D model surface onto a 2D image for texture mapping. Yep, the letters U and V denote the axes of the 2D texture because X, Y, and Z are already used to denote axes of the 3D model. Oh, really? That's interesting. I didn't know that. Huh. Well, the more you know. I didn't even know that. That's crazy. All right. Thanks for doing that, Nicholson. Appreciate it. So, anyways, I'm going to open up the, oh, I got the UV editor open already. Okay, cool. So here's our UVs. We're going to go ahead and go into edit mode, and I've already got it all selected. There's our UVs. So, we're going to we're going to create a new material because this is our shader editor. This object has no material, so you can do it here, or you can do it here. It doesn't matter. It's the same thing. I'm going to do it over here. I'm going to press new. So there's a new here's our new material. It popped up over here as well. I'm going to name this cereal. So we got our cereal texture, but it just looks like plain white. That's because this is the shader right here. It's Principal BSDF. It's probably the most powerful one to use. You can change the base color here. Make it like red, pink, yellow. We'll make it bright pink. I'm gonna get out of the UVs just to show you. Go into render view so you can see a little bit better. Then you can adjust the roughness. A lower roughness makes it more shiny. You can't really tell because there's no like reflection. Do I have an HDRI? Do I? I don't know. No, I don't. Okay. I don't even know if I have any saved on this new computer. Oh, I do. Okay. We'll just do doopy with this one. Sure. Okay. So now that I have an HDRI, you can see that there's like reflections. Shoo. Okay, so that's actually the reflection from the HDRI. But yeah, like so if I bring the roughness up, it disappears. It makes it like a chalk type texture. Low roughness is like glass, basically. Make this 0.5, make it normal. But what we can do is we can, Shift A, we can add an image texture node. And a good idea, if you add an image texture node, is you click on your image texture node, push Control T. That brings up mapping nodes. It's good to have them out just in case you need to make changes to scale, rotation, location, etc., etc. Okay, I'm gonna look for something to throw on here. Let me look, see, do I have any? We'll do this. Okay. So we can take this output from this image texture and we can plug it into the base color. And you can see right here, it's applied, but it's all screwed up. Guest Roblox YouTube XD. Welcome on in. Nice to see you. How you doing today? So this is where our UVs come in. So you can come over here to our UVs. Oh, you know what I should probably do? I should switch it from repeat to clip so that it's just one texture or just one image. Otherwise, it would be like a tiling thing where it would just like tile the same image over and over and over again. So now I'm going to go to the post logo. And what you can do is you can select these UVs in the UV editor and say you wanted to scale them up. Watch what happens to the image. The image shrinks. So, if you wanted to grab these and move them, say like move them down here, this right here, this face right here is where we're seeing the image. We're not seeing it anywhere else because I had it set to clip. But if I put it back as to like repeat, post, 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 post. Crazy, right? Okay, so that being said, this is how I did this whole process of UV unwrapping, or UV unwrapping the box, and then so I can project the texture on there. So the cool thing about, well, I'm gonna actually reset those. There, okay. So the cool thing you can do with UV maps is you can export them as an image. So what am I? I was gonna do something. What was I gonna do? Oh, I guess I was just gonna. No. Tester texture, I guess. Do I not? Hold on. Do I have a tester texture in here already? No, I don't. Okay, whatever. Doesn't matter. But what you can do is you can take these UVs and you can export them as an image. So I gotta remember where that is. Right there. Come up here to UV, and what's important is you have to be in the UV editing workspace to do this. So up here where it's like layout, modeling, sculpting, UV editing, you have to be in that one. Some people like to open other windows and just like switch to the UV editor with those, and they're still technically in layout. You have to be in UV editing. Then you come up to UV, and you come down to, where is it? Maybe it's not in UV. Hold on. Oh no, here, yeah, export UV layout. And then you can export, we'll say like, yeah, we'll just call it like cube.png. That's fine. I'm just going to put it in my downloads because I'm going to get rid of it anyways. I'm going to export this UV layout. And so what I can do is shoot, and I can open the UVs in an image editing software because those are the UVs right there. And what you can do is you can use this as a map to create your own texture and say like Photoshop, Affinity Photo, and use the UVs as kind of like a way to keep your graphics and stuff oriented and directions and stuff oriented. So anyways, that's pretty cool. But what I did, I've already done this, by the way. Like, so I'm just going to delete this one. And I am going to copy the Baldo's box. I'm going to bring it right here. And I am just going to straight up delete this texture. Make it a white box again. I actually did it backwards by accident, because this is supposed to be the the top flap's supposed to be towards the front, and I did it backwards. But whatever, doesn't matter. I guess I could just You know what? I'm gonna leave it. It's fine. Because I've got UVs for these already made. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go into this is my clear obscure slash oblivion background. I thought it was cool, but then I got closer and I realized how pixelated it was, so I need to find a new one. But anyways, I've got UVs made already, and it's how I did it for the Baldo's box, and I'll show you what I mean. And I did it, actually, oops, you know what? I did it in design, not photo. So, let me see if I can get the, Baldo's. There we go. You probably just, the eagle-eyed out of all of you probably just saw what we were going with, but go with large icons. Boop, boop. And this one right here. Wait, is this the, okay. Where's the, come on. Yeah, this will be it. Okay. Yeah, fucking Affinity Designer 2, man. Come on. You already know what it is. Affinity Designer, by the way, is like the alternative to Adobe Illustrator. I think it was. Or maybe it's InDesign. Whatever. Oh, you know what? I don't have the fonts for this. I wonder if I thought to put them in. I didn't. Damn. Okay, so the fonts got all screwed, but that's all right because the texture's done for this one. It's already finished. But yeah, this is what I did. So this right here, these are the UVs. Oh wait, no. Where do they go? These are the UVs right here. Everything else was done over here. These are all the layers. Like I created this texture from scratch in Affinity Design, and it was completely customized. And I was basically able to just drag and drop this texture because I've already UV unwrapped the model. I was basically just able to drag and drop this texture onto the model, and everything was just perfect. So that's the best workflow I came up with for making something like this. Now, keep in mind, a cereal box is just a cube, and it's like it's probably one of the more simpler models to do. But this will translate over to the more complex models too if you have the the drive to do something like that. How did you learn the Affinity Suite? Transferred knowledge from learning Adobe products. Kind of, sort of. I was never really a big Photoshopper. I also have like zero artistic skill. So like when it comes to drawing and painting and stuff, I'm tarded basically. But basically the best way to learn the Affinity Suite, I just Google a shit ton. Like I had some knowledge from Photoshop and InDesign, but not much. So I just spent a whole bunch of time Googling, and like there's YouTube videos and stuff, and you just figure it out as you go along. There's really no like surefire way to just like, get rich quick, I guess, for lack of a better term or a comparison. You just got to try it. What I like most about the Affinity Suite is it's not Adobe, and you don't have to pay an arm and a leg to freaking make the stuff. Okay, so that is the basic gist of what we're going to be doing today. So, what cereal are we going to be parodying today, you might ask? I'm glad you asked. I'm going to look it up really quick. See if I can get myself an image to pull it up. Care to take a guess? Go ahead, guess what cereal we're going to be parodying today. Take a wee little guess. Lucky Charms, good guess, good guess. Man, I asked for a large image. Not a friggin'... I guess this will do. So the cereal that we're going to be parodying today is Fruity Pebbles. So you weren't far off with Lucky Charms. Same box color, red. But yeah, so we're not exactly going to be doing Lucky Charms. We're doing Fruity Pebbles. And I've already kind of started on the texture. And I'm happy to share it with you. Or to show you, rather. Just got a doop-a-doop-a-doo. Ba-doop-a-doop-a-doo. Here we go. Booty Pebbles. That's right. I got it started. So, as I was saying beforehand, I am like, when it comes to art, I'm just like straight up tarded. So I actually made this in Blender. I made this with the text tool in Blender, did the outline and everything. Made this in Blender as well too. Like I tried to make little like Fruity Pebbles looking cereals that look like butts. You know, with like a milk stream going, and I couldn't make it splash as well, but you know what? It's a parody cereal. It's not a big deal. But yeah, that's what we're doing. We're making Booty Pebbles. So what I'm gonna do is I think I'm gonna look up some Fruity Pebbles box. And I'm gonna look up some reference so that I have an idea of like what kind of stuff they put on their boxes. Excuse me. There ain't no way they're still doing this. This has got to be an old one. Do you remember back in the day, way back in the day? I don't know how old or young all of y'all are, but they used to have like mazes and stuff on the cereal box, like little puzzles and stuff that you would like read whilst you were eating the cereal. I kind of miss those days, man. Oh man. Yo. That is my dream. Fruity Pebbles was my favorite cereal growing up because it was the worst one for you. We used to be a proper country. Exactly, Nicholson. Exactly. Oh, that's my handsome mug right there. Seeing if my stream's coming through okay. Yeah, looks good. Okay. So I guess what I can do. Well, first thing, I have to get an image of a horse butt, because it's Booty Pebbles. Wow, I'm not gonna go for that one, but this one's pretty nice. I'm going somewhere with this, by the way. I'm going somewhere with it. I need one that's like kind of off to the side. That's pretty good. Yeah. Yeah, I think that'll do. I'll save it as... That's where all my friggin' stream deck icons. Horse butt. So I am just straight up... I'm just straight up booty when it comes to like anything art. So what I do is I just trace, dude. Like, I just trace. You know what? I'm gonna friggin'. Oh, you know what I can do actually? I can just do it the easy way. Flip horizontal. Boom. Let's do that. I remember that in like 2016 or I don't know though. Did they do that back in 2016? I thought it was just all like I don't know. Wow, maybe I'm not as old as I thought. I am. I'm 30s. Okay, so I'm gonna have to go into the pixel. No, no, no. That's right. I'm gonna do the pen tool. So I'm gonna start this. And I'm just gonna start making a path. I'm gonna turn the stroke off. Thank you. No, I don't want any stroke. Okay. Go here. Actually, you know what? Now I'm thinking about it, I think I do need a stroke. Yeah, I do, actually. Don't know what I was thinking there. Because I don't want to draw this. So I am going to cheat. Go here. Oh. Stop. There we go. I also do tend to forget the control sometimes. It's a problem. I think I made this a little bit too. Yeah, okay. Go right here. Okay, and this looks a little bit too pointed, so I'm going to just level it out a bit. Okay, I'm going to go from here. We're going to go right there. And I think... yeah, I might as well just go the whole way. Why not? Okay, I'm going to... There's smart polygon. There's a smooth somewhere. Where was it? Smooth. That's what it is. Okay. I got to hit all of them, though. Well, all of them. And I'm going to hit smooth. That didn't really do much. Let's do smooth. Let's leave it smooth. We don't need smart. We're not smart. Okay. Okay. So, got the first line. I don't need a fill. Thank you. And we can just go right here. Go here. Okay. Deselect. Then what are you doing back there? So Thing about it is, it's really only going to be the back that's going to be visible, so I don't really need to do too bad. They're too, too crazy of a job. But one thing I could do, is there a pencil tool? Now, see the problem is I need to make the basic shape, and I can't really like draw without making it a pixel layer. And if it's a pixel layer, then the stuff gets pixelated, and I don't want it to get pixelated. Although I may not have a choice because I can't really draw. This is photo editing or decisions. So I wonder how much this looks like a horse. Why is this not disappearing? Oh, that's why. Oh, that doesn't look good at all. It'll look better with like, you know what it is though? I bet this is too narrow. Is what it is. There it is. We're gonna go here. We're gonna bring it out. Oh, no. Go out like that. Damn, I'm so bad at drawing. What is it about this that just looks so bad? Is it just because there's no tail? It's got to be, right? Oh, you know what it is? It's because there's no haunch line. Okay, that's a good start. Okay, I'm gonna bring this down a little bit like that. And we'll go here as well. Oh. Hmm. I wonder if I just recolored this. Could I do that? Probably not. Nah, not gonna do that. Okay. So I'm gonna group these together. Hide the horse butt. And what I'm gonna do, paintbrush. Let's get a reference of some unicorn tail. Oh, it's just rainbow colored, right? Okay. Okay. We'll make something happen. Bring this back. I'm gonna do. Where's my color? Oh, it's over here. Of course. Doop. You know what I should do though? Instead, I should do this. Start off with one. Okay. I really wish I hadn't disconnected my Wacom tablet because I could use some pressure set. I could definitely use some pressure sensitivity things on here, but it is what it is. What was the next color? Was orange in there? Yeah, I guess it was all the colors of the rainbow. Okay. So, let's make you orange now. I feel like I could have done a little bit better job on this one. Okay, let's shoot. All right. So my plan is yellow, right? Yeah, okay. My plan is to just go over. Maybe I should do the other boundary just to give myself a bounds. What's the last one? It's violet. Okay, so yeah, so violet would be probably about that. And you need to go under the outline. So I'm gonna put you down here and we'll go like about that. Okay. Hold on, let's see what the yeah, that's pretty good. All right, let's just I guess pretty good. Oh, that's not good. Ugh, ugly. All right, so now we can do yellow. That's a bit bigger than the others. Let's go. I don't like that. Alrighty. And, oop, I like that. Okay, we'll go shoot. So I was saying my plan is to eventually go back over so that like there's more overlap between the colors and not so unidirectional. Baby steps. And I also got to get rid of this. Once I get the tail done, I need to get rid of this section of outline. Okay. All right, now green. Green comes next. Except we don't want bright green. We want kind of like a... No, I guess it would have to be semi-bright green. No, that's fine. Oh, no. That's a little bit too much overlap. Whoop. Okay. I can already see I'm going to run into some issues here. Because I'm not following like a specific flow. But that's okay. I can adjust that later. Okay. What's the next color? Roy G. Biv. Blue. All right. Well, let's just go with blue. Make it like a lighter, like a royal blue. No. Nah, it's gonna have to redo that blue or purple at the end there. What I should do is oh, a little too far. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna yeah. And I'm gonna alter this. Make it a little bit wider. Okay. We can go here. Ah, fudge. Hey, Linda, it is indeed a horse booty. Because we are making parody cereal boxes. The parody cereal box that we're making is Fruity Pebbles. Boom. Fruity Pebbles. And the parody cereal box that we're making is Booty Pebbles. So that's why there's a horse booty right there. Boom. Did you see the other parody cereal box that I made? I've got it going on right down here. It's a parody of Cheerios. Baldos. How are you doing tonight, Linda? You doing okay? Gonna be a lot of orange in this. You're good. My head is a bit foggy because after 100-degree weather, we got rain and it's 68. This weather has been hitting different this year. It's been crazy. I don't know where you are, what state you're in, or if you're comfortable sharing that, but I'm in Florida, and the freaking weather here has been absolutely nuts. I'm gonna go. Damn it. Try and make it smooth. Well, I guess I don't really need to worry too much about it. Oh my god, Florida, the Australia of America. you're you're in Oklahoma? Oh yeah, it gets pretty hot there too. You're just above Texas. Texas. Okay, so I can fuck with that later. Now I've got it looking somewhat a bit back, somewhat a bit normal. I should probably widen the. Yeah, that's looking all right. Maybe bring the green out a little bit more. Oh boy, you're not streaming tonight, Linda? Just hanging out, doing your thing. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. Okay. Indigo next. So violet and indigo. So indigo is like this kind of color. Maybe a little bit more. You might stream in a bit. Amelia is mad we can't cook chicken at 9 p.m. What? Who says? Cook your chicken, girl. You cook that chicken, and you cook it at whatever time you wish. Oh shit! I mean, do that. No, no, stop fat fingering everything. I wonder. Actually, no. Yeah, that's fine. Hmm. Oklahoma is a random state when someone moves here. I'm like, why? Oh man, that's funny. It's not that random though. I mean, wait, no, I was about to make a reference to Kansas actually. So Oklahoma might be a random state. It's funny what you say about Florida though, because everyone likes to talk shit about Florida because of like the news and everything like that. But you know darn well that if shit hit the fan, people are coming to Florida first and foremost, like in a wartime situation or something. Because I always tell people, we got more guns than most and less teeth to shoot out. Oh, you know what? Hold on. We got good cost of living and a meth problem here. Yeah, the cost of living, I imagine, is very good out in Oklahoma. I will not lie about that. The cost of living in Florida is not good at all. You got a bunch of rich retirees moving out here that are trying to be stingy with their money after making millions and billions of dollars off the backs of young people. Okay, time to do some feathering. Do a little bit of texture. I know there's a way to use texture brushes in this app, and I have no freaking idea how to use them. I wonder. Hold on. Oh no, you know what? That's in Photoshop or Affinity Photo, not Design. Although you should be able to use them in Design as well. Which app is this? This is Affinity Design. It is basically the alternative to Adobe's InDesign, and they have an app called Affinity Photo, which is an alternative to Adobe's Photoshop. It's not as powerful as Photoshop, what I say begrudgingly, but it's very good and it's cheaper, which is why I like it, because Adobe can suck a fat one. The furries you know use this? Well, all walks of life. It's a great program, though. I love it. And I don't have to pay friggin' an arm and a leg to have it. Like it's one-time payment. Well, okay, I should clarify. You pay one time per version. So like Affinity Photo was like a one-time payment of $70. Then Affinity Photo 2 came out and it was like a one-time payment of $70. Or they usually like host bundles and you can pay for the bundle and save a few bucks, which is what I did. When I met them, they told me not to give money to the Adobe overlords. They're right. Adobe's an evil fucking company. I hate them. I shouldn't say that. I'm working on myself. I don't hate anybody, but Adobe, I have no pity for Adobe. We can hate Adobe. I try not to hate anybody. Hate is a word I don't like using, especially around my kids, because I don't want my kids ever saying I hate X, I hate Y. I mean, you can say I dislike whatever until the cows come home. I'm fine with that. But like, hatred takes a lot of energy, and I don't think I can spare the energy for hating, you know? This is a lot of work for what's probably going to be a dumb joke. It really does. I'm glad you agree. A lot of people. There's a bit. Let me. Oh, no, that's a bit loud. A bit loud. Like I don't know. I always get like a weird feeling whenever I hear like adults use the word hate. Like, oh, do you hate blah blah hate? I'm like, aren't you a bit old to be talking like that? That's just me though. I don't judge. You get that? You used it ironically at most. Yeah. Like when it comes to like inanimate objects, like I'm cool with that. Like that doesn't bother me. Like, oh, I hate this pen or whatever. That's cool. I just don't like talking about it. Talking about people that way, you know. Not to get philosophical or anything. Oh yeah, totally. Good. Speaking facts. Straight facts. Man, these are the streams that I should absolutely like have my Wacom tablet hooked up, spitting truth, or truth. Huh. I wonder if there is a way to use textured brushes. There is. Wait a second. Oh my god. Oh, but they're all like acrylic stuff. Oh wait, hold on. Textures. Yeah, it's not exactly what I'm looking for. Uh, I don't know what a gouache. Natural pencil. No, I don't need splatters. Dry media. Should you ask the furries? No, it's all good. I'll figure it out. I know there's a way to do it. You just probably have to like you probably have to buy the brushes if I'm honest. Or something. Engraving. I wonder. If you ever need my the Batman call, I appreciate that. Thank you. Oh, dude. Dude. I figured it out. That was a bit. Oh, man. This is so much easier. And I think it looks better than what I already had. When I got on Twitch, I was a Fox's stream. I was a Fox's stream for 2 months, and I hung out with his friends in Discords before Michael telling me they were furries. I love it. Yeah, it's pretty great, right? You know, I scratched something on my leg and it hurt. Ow. Oh, that doesn't look very indigo. But that's all right. I mean, yeah, it's a little bit much, a little bit far off. I don't judge, like I said, but there are some people who are furries that take it way too serious for me to like get on board with. Like, I mean, you can do whatever you want, but like, there comes a time when some of the furries like, where I'm just like, you lost me on that one, man. They ruin it for everyone. Yeah, they're just like, I haven't run into any furries that have like ruined stuff for me, but when they start getting around kids is when I'm like kids are so impressionable and they already want to be like fantastical things. Like maybe we should just kind of like chill with that, you know? Yeah, like I try to keep my kids away from that kind of stuff just, you know, for the time being. If they if they decide that they want to like look into furry stuff in the future, like, you know, fine. Do whatever you want, man. If they're adult enough. But my son, oh, here's a fucking story time and a half. My son likes this thing called Rainbow Friends. And I get that because it means different than what kids take it as, if it makes sense. Right, yeah, exactly. They're impressionable. Um but my son like wants like watches these kids play like this game called Rainbow Friends. And I was like, and it's like it's not what I initially thought. They were like just they were just kids playing like this spooky game. Like the Rainbow Friends were like monster things, and they were just different colors. So I was like, oh, okay, that's kind of cool. And then I found out it's a type of mod that was made off of Roblox. And I said, hell no. Like, ain't no way in hell my kids are playing Roblox. Especially, this was before like all the Chris Hansen documentary stuff started coming out. But he asked me, and he's 6, by the way. He's like, I want to play Rainbow Friends. And I had to tell him, buddy, no, like, we're not going to play Roblox in this house. And he threw a fit, like, but like, not, it wasn't so much a tantrum fit. It was a sad fit. Like, he was just crying, sobbing, crying because he wanted to play it so badly. And I had to tell him, like, buddy, I know you're sad, but my job is to make sure you're safe. And there are bad people that play Roblox, and I'm just not going to let you put yourself into that position. So, like, this is the way it just has to be, buddy. I'm sorry that you're sad, but anyways. Oh, thanks. Thanks, Linda. I appreciate that. It was hard. He was pissed off. But then the stuff came out about Chris Hansen making a documentary on it, and I was like, oh, vindication. So I had to like, so I pulled up like a picture of Chris Hansen, like it was like a Facebook post, the announcement of like him doing the what's it called, the documentary on the Roblox creators, and I was telling both my kids like, hey, this man got very famous for catching people who try hurting kids, and he's going after the people who made Roblox. And then like my kids kind of like they kind of like understood, and they're like, oh, okay. And so I was kind of vindicated in that, but it was cool. Okay, so now that we got the tail made, hmm, this one, okay. Let's go back to the designer. Oh no, you know what? I need to do pixel. Damn. Okay, I wonder if I can just... Oh, that works much better. Yeah, let's do that. That's good. I'm glad you were able to make the tough decision. The girls on YouTube and I try to rewatch. Oh, the girls on YouTube and I try and rewatch what they watch and mess with the algorithm since stuff can fall through the cracks. YouTube kids, gotcha. Okay, yeah, for sure. Yeah, YouTube kids isn't always on the up and up either. But that looks kind of like a horse butt. Oh, let me do that. All right, so um You think it's a great horse, but thanks, Linda. Thanks so much. I appreciate that. I'm going to try and do some shading here with paintbrush. And I will make a new pixel layer. I will put it under this one. Nope, nope, nope. Regular round brush. Yep. We'll just do that. Color. Okay. Hmm. Let me see here. So this is going to have to be a new pixel layer. I'm going to bring it down here to the bottom. I'm going to hide the tail. And I am going to... Michael was one of those kids that did everything you told him not to. So when they see something we don't like, we have a whole thing on why it's not nice or not appropriate, which is tiring. Oh, yeah. I totally get that for sure. Why is the alpha... That's weird. I don't need any alpha. The color is being see-through. Why? Wet edges. Oh, okay. That's why. So how many kids do you have, Linda, that you take care of? I haven't actually like felt comfortable enough to ask until like right now. And by the way, if I ask a question you don't want to answer, you do not have to. Um like do you and Michael have kids of your own and or are they all kids of your own or are they kids that are just like in the family? Like nieces, nephews, etc., etc. I have the twin girls. They're 5, but I'm always with my nieces and nephews. My brother-in-law has 8 kids at 31. That's right. You did tell me that. That is wild. Okay, good. I always want to make sure I'm not overstepping bounds. Oh, but five is such a nice age. My son's 5th year was like his probably his best year. Towards the end, he kind of started to develop his testosterone, which means he kind of turned into a bit of a prick. I still love him though. He's my guy. I've always been around shitty parents, so I've always taken care of children to an extent. That's awesome. It's so funny. Like growing up, I was always like the dad kid, if that makes sense. Like my friends were all like the wild and crazy kids, and I was the one who was like, "No, you shouldn't do that. That's dangerous." And now I'm a dad. I'm like, "Go nuts. Do whatever you want." Well, I mean, within reason, of course. Okay, we're not gonna fucking bother with all that because we're gonna end up cutting this off anyways. But okie dokie. We bought a 5 bedroom and I was nervous it was too big, and Michael told me, "Oh, you know, someone is going to kick out their kid, and at some point we need a room." Yeah, and we did. That's awesome. That's really cool that you and Michael do that. There's like so many parents out there that just, that just like leave their kids up, kick their kids out or friggin' leave their kids just for the system to take care of. And, I just think it's cool that there are people out there who, like yourself, are willing to take in kids that are not being treated so nice. That's super cool of you. And Michael. Okay, we're going to do this. I wonder if this will work. Let's try this. I wonder if this will work. This is kind of a roundabout way of doing shadows, but I hope this comes across. No stroke, please. Okay, you come up here. Right. Okay, so we can gosh and blur this. Yeah, and then we can drop the fill opacity maybe. Yeah, that's not bad. We'll have to fix this out a little bit, but oh, thanks. It's been fun teaching so many punks how to cook chicken. Hell yeah. Gotta teach. Those punks gotta learn how to cook that chicken. Maybe the fill opacity is still too high. Okay. My third oldest niece is being a little delinquent lately, but I get it being the oldest of 8 in a 3-bedroom house, not to mention her dad's girlfriend's 3 kids, so that's 11 in the house. Wow, that is a lot of people in the house. Yeah, I get why she would. Oh, damn it. I get why she would be acting out a little bit for sure. Oh, you know what? I noticed a mistake of mine. No, let's do that. There we go. Okay. Excuse me. Let's move you. There. Oh no, you're gonna have to be up here too. There's this 80s movie Overboard. I quote, and Goldie Hawn says, "My kids may be rotten, but they're mine." Facts. Straight up facts. Go pixel. Do this. No! Rasterize. And delete. There we go. Me picking her up from the police station because she was out after curfew. Well, if missing curfew was all she did, there are worse things. We are getting into vaping, which I'm not a fan of. Oh, yeah, vaping is not good. See, it's good for people who are trying to quit smoking, which is what my wife and I did. Like we were smokers, and when we quit smoking, we jumped to vaping, and shit, I just thought of I didn't I didn't smear this together. Let me see. I wonder if I can do this without destroying the. There we go. Oh, I don't have it selected. Oops. Actually, it wasn't so bad. Gonna drop the strength a bit. That looks alright, I guess. I love that for you. Good for you for quitting smoking. Kicking nicotine is tough. It was the greatest decision I ever made in my life, and it was also the hardest. But yeah, absolutely worthwhile. Okay, I wonder if there's like an online maze generator I can do. Hmm. It's pretty good. I don't care about no solution. As lines. Wait, what? Yeah. Okay, that works. Why the fuck is this download? Oh, it's because Edge is being read by SVG. All right. Nice. So my idea is to make this like super duper fucked up with like um I don't know if you've ever watched oh, what was the name of that show? It doesn't matter. It was like an old prison documentary, and in the documentary there was this prisoner who was talking about like he was a gay guy, and he was talking about like his number one interest was like getting dudes and like trying to sleep with them. Um Hey, what's up, Sam? What's up? How you doing? Good to see you. It's been a while. No, I didn't think you were gone, but I'm glad you're here. Um, but it was a guy who was like, who he was like, the number one thing that people want in this life, booty. They don't want food, booty. They don't want sleep, booty. Oh, what's this guy's name? I don't know. I can't remember. Can I change the? All right. So what I will do? Cancel. How do I edit this color, man? Come on. Vector flood tool. Maybe that's it. No, that's not it. Okay, let's try it. Let's try a different approach. I'll add this layer. I will. Hmm. Okay. New plan. Add a new pixel layer. Here. G. Mask to below. There. That works. Problem is it's pixelated now, but you know what? Why are you playing a maze on a cereal box? Because I'm making a parody cereal box. Like the one that I've got. Like the one I've got down here was my first parody cereal box that I made, a parody of Cheerios, called them Baldos. I got them actually up right here. And I'm making them into a 3D model. Whoops. I made it into a whole thing like this. This is a complete one-to-one parody of Cheerios. And now I'm making one for Fruity Pebbles. I'm going to make it into another 3D asset. Oh, I got to do the nutrition facts and everything too. I should probably take a look at the Fruity Pebbles box again. I wonder if Amazon has any more pictures of the box. No. Noise. Anywhere that I will be seeing them. I will be putting them up for sale, like for like a couple bucks, like $2. On like CG, not CG Trader. What's the other one? Or no, it's probably CG Trader, not Turbo Squid, because Turbo Squid is robbery apparently, or so I'm told. Oop. Okay, everything's good. Just making sure. Okay. What is that guy? Hold on. I gotta look it up. Booty. Fleece Johnson. That's his name. The Booty Warrior. Oh man, I wonder if I could. Oh, I can't copy the Boondocks. I would love to though, because I love the Boondocks. Yeah, I can't use an image of from the Boondocks without like and then sell it. Damn, I want to though. But what I can do. Okay, you know what I'm going to do? I am going to take this and then trace it, but editorialize the trace. You should put some of these designs on shirts. Shirts that make people second guess what's on them are always funny to me. Yeah, maybe one day. Okay. Uh, there it is. Where am I friggin'? Oh, there it is. My file explorer. Okay. So here's what I'll do. I'm gonna make a parody character, except I'm gonna call him Grease Swanson. That's how you get around. That's how you get around copyright, folks. Just make a bad parody name. No fill, please. Thank you. That's not gonna work. This is a bit thick. Yeah, just for now. shit. There we go. Okay. So now we got the outside path. We can make it nice and big. Okay, so deselect, enable. Okay. This one we go a little bit smaller. Oop. Okay. I think I might put the Boondocks on tonight for my falling asleep show. Man, I miss that show. Such a good show. How's this all coming along? It's rough. Whoops. Oopsies. Okay. Hey, welcome in, Laurie. How you doing? I'm doing well. Leon just left for work, so I'm all alone. Oh, did you actually make it to Did you actually make it to visit Leon? Or are you talking about like you're in California? Nice. I'm so glad you were able to make it. That's awesome. Nice. Um, how was you doing tonight, Laurie? Though doing good. Yeah, you were stressing. How's Leon? Yeah, sure. How is he? Doing good. Was finally meeting in person everything you hoped and dreamed? He's good. Yeah. Oh, this is our fourth visit. Fourth visit. Okay. But our first anniversary together, so he's doing well. Good. That's good. I'm glad to hear that. That's awesome. Hope I'm doing well. I am doing well. I'm doing pretty darn well. Thank you, Ilari. Glad you stopped in. It's kind of a chill stream tonight because I'm making this fake cereal box uh for whatever dumbass reason I got. I'll show you the this is the one I made last time. The Baldos. Whoop. RZ. I took off the animation, but yeah, I made all these textures from scratch and I'm doing it again. This is making fun of Cheerios, and now we are working on Booty Pebbles. And I have to figure out how I can, because I'm so bad at art, I have to figure out how I can trace this guy and then alter him just enough so that it's not copyright. Appreciate that. Thanks. I'm doing the best that I can. If you can, I'd love to 3D print mini versions of your cereal boxes. Only problem being that I need a colored net map of the model, which if you post would make the model free to use. We can't have that. Yeah, the thing about it is though, 3D printing 3D printing the cereal boxes wouldn't be very effective because they are essentially just cubes. So like any of the texture detail probably wouldn't come through. Which the texture is basically the entire point. So, I do appreciate the thought though. That is a cool idea. But if I make any like oh that's kind of getting kind of ugly. Um but if I decide to do any like actual models with depth and like modeled texture and not just like photo texture, yeah, that'd be awesome. I've been wanting to get into 3D printing, but I can't justify the cost. Not right now at least. Cuz 3D printers are super expensive and then I would like want a resin printer and resin printers like you need to have them like in your garage because the fumes are I guess toxic or something and I don't want to smoke my whole family out. Okay. All right, so this one, not Michael's resin printer right next to me now. We have a bunch of fans. Yeah, I mean, like if you have ventilation, that's like how you counteract the fumes, obviously. So yeah, you're doing it right. How does he like his resin printer, Linda? And which one does he did he buy? I'm super curious. There was one I was looking at called like Elegoo or something like that. That one looks pretty cool. Yeah, the net is so it can be wrapped up with color. I realize now that I wouldn't need the printer if I had the net. Oh, okay. Anycubic Photon Mono M5S. I've never heard of that one. Sounds cool though. Okay. This is the layer all these layers are starting to get pretty substantial. Oh, it is getting about time. We have too many hobbies. Hey man, hobbies are awesome and like everybody should have them. Too many people too many people have so much time on their hands and all they do is play freaking video games and then they end up wasting their life away. Like there's nothing wrong with video games, don't get me wrong, but if it's like all you do, golly Bob, howdy. Oh, that's not good. I should Yeah, that's nice. Let's do this. Come on. Before I hop off for the night, what is the account name on CG Trader so I can find the models later? Oh, I haven't set it up yet, but I will definitely put an announcement somewhere where you can find it, Sam. Fuck. That's not what I wanted. All right, good night. Hey, thanks for dropping by, Sam. It was good to see you again. You sleep well, okay? Oh, damn it. Oh, I need to rasterize this. Shit. Okay, you know what? Let's try it out. Nope. Okay. So let's bring you here. Let's bring you here. And then let's fill you. And then mask you to below. Boom. Eyeball. Let's duplicate. And this one, we can fill you. Okay, we'll hide you for a minute. Shit, I should have. Yeah, good enough. Okay. Uh, okay. I love the amount of time you spent on this whimsy. Yeah. I I'm going for it. I'm just trying to figure out how to make like the coloring process easier. Oh, wait, hold on. In moving this, did I screw myself? Yeah, I kind of did. That's not a big deal, though. I can line it back up. Not really, though. Yikes. I mean, I guess that's not so bad. I spent all morning figuring out how to create a crochet pattern out of a picture for Rilery. That's cool. Good guy, Rilery. Hey, wow, that actually snapped pretty good. Oh, you know what, though? Damn. That's a good point. I should have frickin'... Okay. I'm gonna delete that. Bring this up here. Yeah. Do the same here. And then we'll duplicate this. Fill. Mask to below. Okay, so now. Yeah. I agree on the hobby thing. Michael and I just love seeing how things are made, and it really is a dying art. Yes, it is. Plus, we know we're not having any more biological children, so the free time is increasing. Hell yeah, man. For sure. If you got the time, make do with it, you know? I'm gonna turn these eyes off though, just for now. I think I'm gonna go with Oop, that's not what I wanted to do. Go here. Oops. No, we want to do this. I wonder how this looks. I wonder if it looks good or if it looks stupid. Doesn't look convincing. Yeah, I'm gonna delete that one and try again. I don't need you filled right now. I wonder if this looks a little bit more realistic. Yeah, I think I like that a little bit more. shit. Okay. Okay, so maybe that's the thing. Shit. That's not what I wanted to do. Okay, here. You go up over here. Then you go up over here. I may have gotten these backwards. I did. Whoops. Alright, so maybe that's the thing, though. Maybe we just have... I gotta rasterize this. Okay, let's turn this off just to see how this is. Okay, let's look for some... Let's look what the back of the box looks like really quick, and then I'm gonna have to hop off. Fucking Fleets Johnson. Box back. Hold on. There ain't no way I'm making all that. No frickin' way. Oh. 36 ounce bag? Yo. We might be in business. Oh, hell's bells. Okay, well, let's see. Whoops. Just for S's and G's. Okay, hold on a second. We need to turn this off, though. Boom. So, we got that. We got this saved. Let's go here. Go to this shading. New. Oh. Image. Control T, make sure it's UV. Open the Booty Pebbles texture. And let's see. Hell yeah. The box doesn't look quite right. Yeah. What was it? 413 roughness? Yeah, 0.413. Of course, there is a friggin' sun that's like just blasting it right in the face right there. And there's Grease Swanson wanting to steal your booty. Oh man, I'm so excited for this one. It's gonna be so good. I've just got a lot more drawing on it than I'm used to. You literally cackled. Well, hey, I'll tell you what, Linda. If I want to get like a testimonial for, well, here I'll show you something. So I'll go into materials so it's easier to see. So these are actual people that I work with. It's not their real names, obviously. Um, but like these two guys I work with, and I was like, hey, if I don't use your real name, would you want to be like a testimonial to how great my fake cereal is? And they were like, fuck yeah, dude. So hey, if you want to be a testimonial for Booty Pebbles, let me know. I couldn't find a third person, so I had to make up one. I mean, Brock is a totally 100% legitimate person who delivered an unbiased and completely naturally created review. This is just so funny, just the contrast between the actual like hyper realistic looking cereal and the clearly shitty drawn unicorn ass. uh I'm a fan. Okay. And you know what the great thing about this is? I can make changes to this texture in Affinity Designer, and then if I just save it as the same name, like save it as the same file name, this will auto update to the new to the further along texture. It's pretty cool. But anyways, this is where I'm gonna head off because I'm tired and I got work in the morning and it's late, 11 o'clock. So thanks for hanging out, Linda. So good talking with you. Thanks, Sam, for dropping by. Nicholson, I thought you had left. I'm glad you're still here. Thanks for dropping by. It was good seeing you too, Nicholson. I hope you're doing well. I hope to see you back in the DaVinci server sometime. But anyways, everyone have a good night. I will be back Wednesday. We will be continuing our citationless Papers, Please run. And then Friday, we're going to be playing Peak with friends, with homies. I don't know if you saw the announcement, but anyways. Thanks again for dropping by. Everyone have a good night, you lovely people. I will see you later.